Hey guys, Lucid. Kind of skipping around here. I don't know if I did last turn or not, but yeah, the game's winding down. We basically won. This is gonna be the last turn. Got attacked by a bunch of disease demons, but we don't give a fuck. In fact, like, I don't think when I pulled up the turn I even looked to see how many I won or lost. My give a shit levels about these disease demons, very, very low. Can disrupt troop movement. It's true, can. But not gonna matter. We cast Murdering Winter and Pania, which I think is the last throne. Killed 49. We cast Flames from the Sky and Pania, killed 128. So the 49, this is going to be a lot of mages, most likely. Anyway, we're going to be doing the same thing again this turn. Found a magic site. Battles. Let's go look. I think we had a battle. Is this where we took? We have a battle inside the fort of UN Jr. That's kind of what is left of UN. The once proud nation. There was a point in the game where they were, I think, just as strong as me. And that was when they attacked me after I started attacking Basen G. But that time has gone and passed. That time has gone and passed. So we've got a fair amount of banishment. I have, let's see if we can tell. I don't know if I did Blood Rain. I don't think I did. I think I just have Wailing Winds up. So anyway, people are piecing out. And he's got the Air Queen. I don't think she put up Wrathful Skies. Wrathful Skies would have been good here. Did I do? Yeah, I did Ground Army, though. But it would have cleared a lot of this chaff. Let's see if we can see any of the astral stuff. I don't see much of the astral stuff making its way back here. We're powered back here with some Scotty Turbo Communion action. These guys are alright. You know, they're a little afflicted, but they're alright. This guy's getting a bit low. We've got a few Claymen here who are just really holding the line more than you would expect them to, but with these Claymen with their regen are, you know, they're pretty solid. Because the regen stacks really well with obviously having the protection buffs. The resistances are nice, but then also with the blunt and pierce resistant, pretty good. And they're high enough health where they get 2 HP regen per turn. And then if you factor in the blunt pierce resistant, it's kind of like, if that's the type of damage, if they're not taking slashing, then it's actually like 4 regen a turn, kind of. And now, here is the Queen of Air. She's casting some shockwaves. This is his god, by the way. Antonio Gutierrez. Why, hello. I would say this had a chance to hold. Now, we should have a bunch of Astral Mages that are killing them, but unfortunately a lot of our Astral Mages are like, hey, we can cast Body Ethereal and other sorts of things. But, and this is why, especially if you're playing vanilla, not... with my mod on, the AI improved casting. This game is not with my mod on because I started it before I made the mod. But yeah, you want, if you have pure Astral Mages, they can't. That's actually one in the vanilla. One of the best reasons to have like no cross paths, just pure Astral, is eventually once they're done with this Body Ethereal bullshit, they will spam out. Enslave mind and stuff, which is what we want. Like, this guy's doing it, but nobody else is. So we got him. Got him, coach. So in total, we lost an Eagle King. Well, we lost about half our chaff. But they lost everything. And their capital. This battle up here in Laria, was this one? No, this one we won. This one down here, and this one we actually lose. This is kind of interesting. Got a Banefire King. And he's going to do things the Banefire Kings can do, like Firestorm. And I did not have Army of Gold on this group, for whatever reason. Mostly laziness and poor planning, but that'll do it. That'll do it, coach. And then we took this one. So anyway, we got 3 forts. I'm not even... Oh, there's some funny seductions here. We might watch those. Here we kill Wraithlord with seduction. I think the Wraithlord kills us in the other one. In a rather hilarious fashion. I think we fatigue out one of our dudes. And the bugs end up blocking him from trampling. Yeah. So this dude is trapped on the outside. He's fatiguing out the Mercury Elemental. And the bugs, who are also getting fatigued out, are... So he's blocked on the outside and has fatigued everybody else out. And you're like, okay, well, that's fine. He'll just kill these guys, and then this guy will deal with it. Well, the problem is by the time he's done that, this guy, who's the guy who's going to kill him faster, is there. And the bugs are no longer effectively blocking a lot of the hits. So, 31, let's see. See, eventually he gets some hits on the elemental. He's down to 14. This guy kind of can kill him, but not very well. Maggots works pretty well here, too. And then he wakes up, but he's also... Because he got fatigued out early, and normally these guys don't get fatigued out, it's only the Chillara. This guy's Chillara picks up where the other dude left off, and now he's fatigued out again. And then she runs, so that's kind of funny. We lost that one. Some of that's bad luck, but it's kind of why water bottles are not as good on land in cold. There's a lot of province battles happening here. I will give it to the sub for UN. They really are playing their heart out here, trying to raid and keep the ship afloat. But I mean, there's too many holes in the ship. You can't keep it afloat. And they know that. I mean, they subbed in. When they subbed in, there was a chance, but not a big chance. The blows had already been done. The die had been cast at that point. So anyway, we have moved on top of their capital. I mean, on top of their last throne. Not their last throne. They have another throne, but the last one we are going to need. And we're going to storm it. We don't have all the things we need. Like, we don't have some important things we don't have. Speaking of which, we need to make sure we're not doing mass protection. Oh, we are doing mass protection. Can we not do mass protection? Okay, there's a very good chance. I don't think mass protection's worth it. So we're going to lose a fight to dudes. We're going to lose a fight to, like, Firestorm. That's going to make it worse. We don't really have everybody we need, right? And we're risking things we actually care about, like these storm demons. But I've been nuking this every turn. If there's a super combatant in there, it's going to have to survive all this. It's possible he could do it, but the game's over. So what I'm kind of banking on is he's not putting a huge amount of... Like, he's been putting in a fair amount of effort every turn. But I'm kind of going to bank on that Life After Death, Soul Slay spam, Enslaved Mind spam, Storm Demons, and these Fiends of Darkness are going to take care of him. It may not. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to actually kind of go back to trying hard. I mean, I've been trying hard most of the game, but at this point, I mean, this map is mostly me. We're going to do the after action review, I think, next episode, but I want to illustrate here a couple things. One is that for Therados, which is not actually their name. What is their name? Onyanam. For those guys, if they're pinned into underwater, there's not a huge incentive for them to attack me in like a long grindy war when they're not going to get much of the spoils. All right, we had a pretty small border until I was really dramatically winning this war up here. They were not going to get much of the land spoils by like coming down here, right? It makes much more sense for them to attack on like the long side of the lake this way, because they have a much better chance of keeping it. Because they, like, wherever they have, like, basically here is where it's asymmetrical, right on the coast, right? Because they can attack and they can't really be attacked. But once they're deep inland, it's not really asymmetrical anymore. It's a symmetrical war. Like, you can attack and take land back. So, anyway, it makes sense for them to have as much asymmetrical war as possible, like this way. And it's going to be nearer their, like, power base. So for them, it doesn't make sense for them really to attack me until, like, right now it does, because I'm about to win. But really up until, like, 3 or 4 turns ago, didn't make a huge amount of sense. Because as a smaller player, I think this is one of the things I want to talk about, like the incentives and diplomacy. As a smaller player, like, sure, like, try not to let the game end, but also, that's not really your job. As a small player, your job is to try to have a chance at winning, kind of. I mean, you can make up whatever job for yourself you want, but if you want to win, then, like, what he's doing now, like, stealing stuff off Phaedod, you know, makes sense, because he's playing for, like, okay, if these other guys throw Lucid off, then I'm actually going to have a chance to win. But if he comes in, you know, if he comes in, and this is all going to be really hard to take, and he probably won't be able to take much of anything, which he wouldn't. I mean, thaumaturgs ruin ghosts. Like, can you imagine a high-powered thaumaturg communion just going to town on his ghosts? And, I mean, I've got my super combatant killing squad. Like, we're not even flinching. I mean, we killed so many fallen angels so far. I guess I should show you some of them. We occasionally lose to a fallen angel. Okay, here we kill that dude. He was skelly spamming. Oh, this is a funny battle. I did a Wind of Death trap because I knew he'd have the boars out patrolling. Got him, coach. Okay, wait, where were we? So I've been a little lazy on killing him. I killed most of them last turn, not this one. Okay, here you can see we killed one. Here we killed one, the Mandaha. Here we killed the Fallen Angel. This was kind of funny because he and some Vampire Lords, they flew around and they kind of blew up my army with Phoenix Pyre. I think he's gone berserk. Yeah, he's got a pretty expensive kit on here. I forget if we start Soul Slam. Oh, I think we start Drain Lifing him. So he blows up, kills a bunch of my dudes. Blows up here, kills some of my mages. Blows up here again. And because Soul Vortex does not work on undead, that's kind of part of the whole equation here. So, anyway, we killed them. And I mean, this was kind of sloppy. I was hoping the Shadow Seer would... I don't know if he was scripted to Soul Slay or Enslave Mind, probably. This was that failed storming. So anyway, we've seen the rest. But, point being, he was going to have a hard time coming on land. And so I think if you're a smaller nation and you're faced with the prospect, do I go for easy gains on land, which will give me, potentially, if things work out, a better chance at the long game? Like, that's a very tempting option. Versus go for, like, a very hard war where it's a very bad matchup. Because Thaumaturgs will murder the shit out of these guys. And, yeah. And, like, Storm Demons, that's not what Ghosts are good against. And I can deal with his super combatants. So basically, it's not a good war for him. And by me now really taking all the angels which were up here trying to steal all this territory, well, they're all now down, or they're dead now, but they were all down here fighting me. So, and I mean, if you look at it, I don't know how... I doubt he's killed that many angels in the past, like, 3 or 4 turns. I think most of the angels were really dedicated to me. But we can see if that's... Yeah. So anyway. But that honestly, that's the similar situation to what Fadod was in. Because Fadod was like, if you look at it, if we roll it back a few turns before, it's the same conflict. Like, if you're a smaller nation... And Fadod's was kind of big, but they only got big because they weren't fighting me. Like, they were in all these wars and they were kind of struggling, but then now they were finally, you know, because they had just, once they got the Fallen Angels out, these wars started turning around and becoming much more one-sided. You know, the Fallen Angels are what turned around the war with these guys, and the war with Therados, it was basically sparked off of who was going to get the spoils up here. So they all wanted the spoils from like these very small nations which had been struggling and which were weak. So who was going to get it? Well, they were deciding that out. And at first it looked like Therados was going to get it. And then when the Fallen Angels came out, and then once he got his blood economy going and they were mass produced, well, now he was going to get all of it. Now, if I were him, I would really, 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 really want to wrap that up, nail this down, and once I've established dominance over Therados, be like, okay, I'm going, like, just don't attack me, and then I will do a full launch in here. But he never established dominance over Therados, really. And he had made they had kind of thought like, hey, let's make peace. But then he went and Fadod went and continued taking stuff that Therados was sitting on top of. So it was kind of like the agreement never happened. But yeah, I think that's like I think one of the major conflicts is you can't, I don't think if you're trying to, let's say you're trying to manage an alliance against somebody who's getting close to winning, you can't really rely on small players to go against the big player who's about to win, because it's not their job. Their job is to, like, you know, try to find easy gains where they can. And the main reason is because if I started to fall, especially like if we rewind like 15, 20 turns ago, who was going to get the spoils? The person who was going to get the spoils is the big nasty nation that was really hard to fight, which was, in this case, UN. And then maybe Fadod. And UN and Fadod getting big is not good for the small guys. So, but at the same time, if you want to win, you don't want somebody else to win. So it's a delicate balance. And I think it's just important to acknowledge that. I'm not saying they shouldn't have tried to attack me sooner, but it wouldn't have stopped me. And it wouldn't have improved their position, I don't think. It makes sense more that somebody who actually had a better shot at winning at the time, like Fadod, Just let them grind into me while they chip away. I don't know if I would do that, but I would definitely consider doing that. Anyway. So yeah, we're going to be storming this throne, and I think we'll have it. You can see we have... I'll go just through some of the infrastructure. We're doing several forts a turn. I think we're doing 1 to 2 casts of... score graphs. We're doing 1 to 2 casts of Wizard Tower a turn. And then we're doing 1 to 2, or we're doing 2 casts of 3 red seconds a turn. And so our forts are just going through the roof. And this just means, like, nobody can raid me. It's just further establishing dominance. And then income. It's been going absolutely bonkers. I've never seen it go so bonkers. Gym income. One thing that was kind of sad is... It'll be funny to see score graphs, but like when I put Illwinter up, it just crushed everybody's economy. Fadod was complaining that he can't even afford to make mages anymore. Like he's struggling to get like a few mages out. So he's definitely not turning on mage production in all forts, and he definitely doesn't have forts everywhere. Whereas we have forts everywhere, and not only do we have mages being produced in every fort, but we actually have money, like we're just throwing away money on PD and stuff. Gym income. Research, we just finished, so. Dominion, been going gangbusters. Here was this period at the beginning where it went down for a long... This doesn't look like a long time, but in game time here, this was like very frustrating. And then I was like building temples all through here, trying to get it to go up. And it wouldn't go up, it wouldn't go up, but it finally started going up a little. Army size, you can see it started going up, and then here's where it just went crazy. And this was largely proportional to like when I started forting up more. Yeah. And I think I started turning on more Amulet of the Dead production right around here, too. And then Ascension points, we're getting there. So... the other way to look at it, too, and I guess this is going to be the after-action review. Well... I don't know. We'll pull up the score graphs. I guess we'll save the after-action review for later. But yeah, so I guess we'll see you next time then, because I kind of want to talk more about what other people could have done, and this, that, and the other, and how I see power curves in this game, and some thoughts on strategy, and anyways. We'll save that for next time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.